German luxury vehicle maker BMW has made record car sales in India. A few months ago, India's largest listed real estate company, DLF, broke all records with its pre-formal launch sales. Each of its luxury flats in Gurugram was sold for 7 crore rupees, as in over $850,000. Hotel room prices across India are sky high. In Noida, the rates have increased by 5 times. In Gujarat's key locations, they have inflated by 10 times. Some hotels are charging close to 1 lakh rupees per night. The world's largest visa outsourcing company, VFS Global, has run out of slots for European visas for Indians. Now, I don't mean to bombard you with all these numbers and all this information, but there is a trend I want you to look at. You see, Indians are on a splurging spree, be it cars or apartments, visas or hotels, resorts or flight tickets. There is a ravenous appetite for all things luxury. Indians are spending like anything. Why is this happening? What are the numbers that we are looking at? What explains this trend? Should you also go shopping? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome. I'm Priyanka Sharma and you're watching Gravitas Plus. Let me start with the BMW sales. We are halfway through 2023 and the automaker has already sold 5,867 units. This is BMW's highest ever half-yearly sales in India. The luxury car maker has made a 5% year-on-year growth. The BMW X1 facelift SUV was a particular favorite among buyers. Last year, BMW sold 11,268 units. A year before that, the figure stood at 8,876. All these sales broke records in their respective years, and the trend has been continuing. Mercedes-Benz also recorded its best ever first half performance in India. It even beat BMW. Mercedes sold 8,528 units between January and June, recording a growth of 13%. Audi sales also nearly doubled. In the first half of 2022, it sold some 1,765 units. This time around, its sales jumped to 3,474 deliveries. And it wasn't just cars. Indians splurged on premium motorcycles as well. BMW sold 4,667 motorbikes, reporting a jump of more than 50% in sales. This comes despite supply chain restrictions in the first 4 months of the year. So what do these numbers tell us? Luxury vehicles are selling like hotcakes in India. And why just vehicles? Just look at India's real estate market. In the very first quarter of this year, luxury housing sales rose a whopping 151%. Sales in Pune increased 13 times. Hyderabad sales increased 8 times. Sales in Delhi NCR tripled. For Kolkata, they doubled. In Mumbai, there were 0.5 times more sales of luxury homes. And let me tell you, the demand wasn't just limited to the wealthy. It was also driven by middle-class millennials and, of course, Gen Z. People under 40 are on the lookout for properties in prime localities. They are seeking homes with modern amenities, such as intelligent security systems, smart home technology, private elevators, concierge services, state-of-the-art fitness centers, and whatnot. It took DLF just 3 days to sell its luxury high-rise residential project. It is called The Arbour and is nested at Golf Course Extension in Gurugram, one of India's prime residential locations. I already told you the price, 7 crore rupees or $850,000. The 4 BHK apartments were by no means a bargain. The project was not a small one either. There were 1,137 flats and 5 towers, but still they were sold at a breakneck speed, as if they were being handed out for free. Be it permanent homes or temporary hotel room stays, Indians seem to have a lot of cash to spare. Case in point, the MotoGP event in Greater Noida. Some 150,000 Indians and 10,000 foreigners are going to attend. Where are they going to stay? At luxury hotels in Noida and Delhi NCR. Usually, you can find a decent hotel for about 8 to 10,000 rupees a night. But now the rates have soared to 50,000 rupees for just 2 nights. And Indians are not holding back. They're actually booking these rooms at these prices. The trends are much more pronounced in Gujarat. The 2023 ICC Men's Cricket World Cup is just 2 months away. Excitement is particularly high for India versus Pakistan on October 15th. The teams will lock horns at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. As you can imagine, flight prices and hotel rates have shot up. Flight tickets are 6 times more expensive. Hotels are charging 10 times extra. Some luxury hotels are charging as high as 1 lakh rupees or $1,200 every night. And guess what? Many of those rooms are already sold out. Almost 70% of Ahmedabad's inventory is booked for the match day. The trend can also be seen in the tourism sector. It's like everyone just wants to pack their bags and roam around the world. The demand for international travel increased to the point that India's leading airline, Indigo, had to amp up its game. It is now going to add 174 new weekly international flights between June and September. There will be new destinations, new routes and frequencies. Indigo will now have direct flights to 6 new destinations in Africa and Central Asia. This includes Kenya, Indonesia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Can you believe this? Only a few years ago, these locations wouldn't have made it to Indians' travel itineraries. And now we have direct flights to them solely due to the massive travel demand. So what do we make of this? Why are Indians spending so much? Experts are linking this trend to 2 factors. Number 1, the pandemic. It was a time when everyone was cooped up inside their homes. Working from home became the new normal. There were sweeping changes in our lifestyle. Traveling, vacations, eating out, all this became a distant memory. If there was one thing that Indians or even people around the world learned from the pandemic, it was to never take anything for granted. Soon after the lockdown was lifted and traveling restrictions were eased, there was a splurging boom. More flights were booked, more hotel rooms were reserved, cafes, restaurants and eateries made record sales. You only live once, again became the motto. Revenge spending was all the rage. And looking at the data, it still is. For those unfamiliar with the term, revenge spending is a psychological phenomenon in which consumers buy more luxury goods and services than usual. It is usually triggered by an unexpected and restrictive economic event, such as the pandemic. So think of it yourself. Didn't you feel more inclined towards spending more on food, clothes, vacations right after the lockdown? It is happening on a larger scale now. The second factor that could be driving this boom is the rising per capita income in India. In the fiscal year 2022-23, India's per capita income increased by 16%. It was over 1,72,000 rupees. Now that is roughly $2,100. A year before, the growth was close to 17%, with per capita income of 1,48,000 rupees or $1,800. You see, India's economy is on the rise. More and more individuals are looking to upgrade their lifestyle. There is an increased desire for a better standard of living, to invest in homes that offer luxury and exclusivity, to board more flights and get those frequent flyer miles. And now, Indians have the disposable income to do just that, to fulfill all those desires.